Hey, Alvi here. This is Group 1's reading. I think it's for the 21st or 22nd of October. This is the Carnelian Heart Group 1. So if that's what you chose, or one of the groups that you chose, then this is your reading. Alright, so the first card we have is from the Mythic Oracle, and it's Artemis. She looks like a bit like a cupid shooting her arrow. I'm going to have a look in the book and tell you what the meaning of this card is, because I'm not up with my Greek mythology, but these oracle cards are, as I'm looking, where is she? Artemis, she'll be at the front, I suppose. Oh no, 19. They give you an overall view of the energy for the group collective, the collective group of Group 1 for the week. 19, I've gone too far now. Alright. Purity. Okay, the myth. Artemis is the daughter of Zeus and Leto. She is the twin sister of Apollo and carries a golden bow and arrows with her. She is the virgin goddess of the moon, the wild nature, woman and child. She is the goddess of the moon, the wild, nature, women, and childbirth. Artemis is found in the wild parts of the natural realm, and she is particularly... What? She's protector. I really should be wearing my glasses, sorry guys. Maybe I'll find them for the next one. She's the protector of all that is pure. She is referred to as a virgin goddess because her mind would never be owned by another. She is pure and whole within herself. Oh, that's a good message, isn't it? So the message, Artemis's presence in your cards today signifies the need for you to return to the wild and natural part of yourself, the part of you that can never be owned. The external world often seeks to... Wait one sec. There we go. Now I might be able to see what it says. Oh yeah, that's way better. Oh dear. One day I'll remember I actually need to wear reading glasses before I start reading. Okay, hang on. Let me just start off where the external world often seeks to civilize us. We learn to work and be productive members of society, but this often comes at the expense of our deeper selves. We disconnect from our raw intuition and instinct, and thus become disconnected from life, acting out what we think we should do rather than trusting the deeper wisdom that comes from within. Oh, I like this message already. This is a thing I always go on about. It's one of my things. You may be feeling rather numb and tired at this time, feeling restless, or that there is something missing. You may have been acting and making decisions on autopilot and feeling disconnected about what you need right now in order to restore balance. There is something missing. You have probably been emotionally rooted in the logic of what you can and can't, should or shouldn't do, to the degree that you are no longer sure of the direction of your life. What's needed now is a shake-up of your self-imposed social constraints. Most importantly, risk is required, whether emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, or financial. You must give up the part of yourself that is not listening to the deeper you. Only when you can do that, you can take steps that will bring you back into alignment with your deeper nature and the part of you that will not be owned. They really like talking about the part of you that will not be owned. It's that's jumping out at me, so I feel a bit like for you guys that this message, the energy of this week has got a lot to do with the word rewilding came up. I've seen some of my favorite spiritual teachers and facilitators often talk about this, and one of them is what's her name? Melissa. Oh no, I can't remember. Anyway, I'll find out what her name is, or it might come to me. So Melissa. Shit, I've got her on Instagram too. She talks about rewilding a lot. She always talks about going out to the forest and, reconnecting with your wild parts and things like that. And it's very important because we're so disconnected from that part of ourselves. We're trained to be disconnected from that part of ourselves from the minute that we're born. And it leads to so much issue because people don't really know who they are or what they're meant to be doing. They feel so lost. It's like this feeling of being very empty and never being able to fill that hole, that emptiness with anything. No matter what you do, you still just don't feel fulfilled. And finding that deeper part of yourself, that part of you that can't be owned, that part of you that's your true, authentic, radiant vibration, right? Your core vibration, and all of the things that come from tapping into that and your intuition is what will help you feel less like you're just wandering lost. And it's funny that this should come up. Well, not funny, but maybe a little bit ironic, or maybe just synchronicity. Serendipitous. That's probably a better way to put it. Serendipitous. That this should come up because I've noticed in the last week or two, and we were talking about eclipses. Like, we've had an eclipse, we've got another one coming up on the 28th. And in between that is a sandwich. It's the eclipse sandwich. Sandwich. No, like it's a time when we recalibrate, and I've been talking about choices a lot, not just on readings, but also, just in conversations with people. This is a time to make choices. If we're not going in the direction that we want to in our lives, perhaps we need to analyze the choices that we've previously made and then recalibrate and redoovy the way that we're going. Redoovy, very technical word that I'm using there, but I'm sure that you know what I mean. So if you're feeling unfulfilled, there's definitely a message here about tapping back into your deeper intuition, which I always like to say is the best way to find that is to go into your heart space, because your heart space is like the portal to your soul. It's like your soul's GPS. So if you can feel into your heart space, you will start to reconnect with that. I've been promising on several readings for several weeks to be recording my heart center. It's a heart center activation and it's a hypnosis, and I've been meaning to do it for weeks. So now I think that this message is coming up again to remind me as well, but also to let you know that, there's ways that if you don't know how to do it, there's people who could teach you. There's ways that you can find out, how to get there as well. I'm one of those people, if you want to ask me. Or, just follow your intuition there, right? So there's just a little bit more of this message, and then we'll get into more cards. This is a time for releasing external influences and obligations and seeking out that part of yourself that is natural and pure. The part of you that is connected to life and what is right for you, not right for everyone else, right? The part of you that is not focused on outcomes, but on the journey of life. And for it is here that you will find all answers, true wisdom and joy. So this also brought something up for me that came to me the other day, and I was thinking about it, and I don't know why. It's one of those I don't know why things. It's just one of those things that came to me. I was thinking about, we talk about a lot in the spiritual community about loving yourself first, right? Especially if you're a part of the twin flame dynamic, or whatever you want to call it. The twin flame community will often, if you're in any of their groups, they will tell you love yourself first. I was thinking to myself about this the other day. I was thinking, what about if you were to just... Oh, now I've lost it. That'd be about right. No, like, put yourself first instead of loving you. Like, not just stop loving yourself, but make sure that the things that you're doing are loving to you. Make sure the things that you do are benefiting you. Because I find that most people who are spiritual or, going on a healing journey, are givers, right? we're people who like to people please. We do things to please others. A lot of the time, part of the journey is learning not to do things for other people if you wouldn't do them for yourself, or do for yourself first. So this is another message that's coming up with this Artemis card, okay? It's about looking after you, finding out what it is that's within you, or that's not within you, or that's not being fulfilled within you, and finding out how you can fulfill that without being taken off that path by what other people want you to do, what society expects you to do, all of those kinds of things. That's a big message already to begin with, and we've got 4 more oracle cards to go. So pardon me, yep, the usual coughing. That's probably because I was cleaning my bathroom and there was a mold and stuff in there. I got a steam mop the other day, and it gets a lot more mold and stuff out than you normally would. So I've disrupted a whole ecosystem growing in my bathroom that I didn't even know was there. And now I pay the price by being wheezy. So here is one card, Here's another message for you. You're an angel and your life is your message, okay? This already sort of feels like it's tying into the message that we just had from Artemis. You can be a messenger of lies, fear, and destruction, or a messenger of truth, love, and creation, but you cannot deliver lies and truth at the same time. My guides just whispered in my ear, it looks like there's a little bit of soul searching to do, perhaps. Really finding out what it is that, that is your thing. And this one also, we are born with silent knowledge, okay? So it's all tying in very nicely to this first message, really. When we are born, our body knows what it is and knows what to do. We can feel silent knowledge every time we breathe. All right, so maybe a little bit of breath work as well will help you get into this space where you can find out what it is that you need to know, the path that you need to walk. Maybe I feel like for some of you that you're already, you've been on this path for a while and you know what's going on, but at the same time you're feeling into this collective energy of choices. Which way do I choose to go? What choices am I making? How is this leading me? All of that sort of, it's a bit of a what's the word I'm looking for? It's like you're questioning yourself. You're kind of reassessing everything. But also I feel for some of you, this is something very new to you that you may not have really realized or seen into or understood before, that a lot of the things that you do are not because you actually want to do them or because they're good for you. You're just doing them because you were trained to do them and you don't know any different. And you're starting to understand that. You're starting to become awakened to that, right? So for some of you, I feel like it's a little bit of analyzing your current choices and knowing that if things aren't pleasing you, you can manifest a new timeline. You can change the way things are by the choices that you make. Or for the other group of you who are new to this is finding your way into your heart so you actually know what it is that you want to do, what it is that fulfills you, so that you can't get knocked off by, people around you and external noise, insisting that you do something their way when it doesn't feel right to you, but you don't really know a different way. This is your chance to find out that different way, to go find yourself, basically. And ironically or serendipitously, his Incubus is singing in the background, Make Yourself. If you don't know the song, go read the lyrics. It's about, making yourself, not making yourself do something necessarily, but how you make yourself, by your thoughts, by your actions, by your all of that stuff, right? So interesting. The guides really know how to get to me. And to you guys too. I'm getting a big shiver as this is coming on. So we have 2 more oracle cards, and the first one is no. So There's something here. There's a question you've been asking yourself. Should I do this? Should I do that? Is this wrong? Is this right? You will know what it is because it's something that's a current repeating theme in your life. It might be a question about someone else that you're involved with in a relationship or in a family situation or a friendship or something like that too. Whatever the question is, the answer is no. So my mind just went blank, which means a new message is coming in a second. God. My hair's a little bit funny today, I don't know why. But I don't think I'll be tucking it behind my ear because it looks ridiculous. And then we go in the near future, all right? So if this is a no about something that you were hoping for, it's that they're saying, like, not right now, right? In the near future, but now is not the time for it. For others of you, this is a confirmation that no, this is not the right path or it's not the right choice for you at this time. In the future, things might change. I told myself not to do that. Especially not while I'm wearing glasses, it just looks very funny. Yeah, so let's have a look at this. So Artemis is asking you to go and find your center, right? This is the spiritual path. It's finding your center, finding your truth, sitting in your heart center, being able to be tuned into who you are and what works for you, and knowing that overrides anything else that kind of might be in your world or in your programming, as long as it's not hurting anyone else, obviously. You don't want to go taking that too far. But yeah, so the angel, the card about, no, the card with the message, could I speak? You are an angel and your life is a message. This is calling out to me now too. So you can be a messenger of lies, fears, and distraction, or a messenger of truth, love, and creation, but you cannot deliver lies and truth at the same time. So this is kind of connecting with something I'm noticing in my own life and with a lot of other people I'm talking to about collective energy as well, is that you'll be walking along feeling completely fine and all of a sudden there'll be these thoughts in your head, right? And you'll be like, where the F did that come from? Where the fuck did that come from? Why am I thinking this? And why am I thinking this about this person? Or, you know, it's this kind of energy that gives you anxiety. It's like you're worried about something, but it's actually not your energy. I noticed this last week and I remember talking about it, and it's sort of, you know, it's settled down a little bit, but it sort of comes and goes. It comes in waves. It's like, if you're not really careful with your spiritual hygiene at this time, or your energetic hygiene at this time, there's a lot of shit basically going around in the collective energy, and it's so easy for other people, especially people, if you've got a heart-to-heart chord with someone or a soul connection with someone, or, you know, a group of people, because I believe that, you know, soul family, we're connected, you know, as well. More on a deeper level, we're all connected really, but soul family is like people that you are more connected with than your average, you know, someone else who you're not. I guess is the best way to put it. So if you might be picking up negative thoughts or anxiety or stress or something from someone else and thinking it's your own, it's this very, like, I feel like on speaking about that, it's sort of like a lot of people's heart centers, as I was talking about, are coming online a little bit more. Heart-centered consciousness, when you first experience this, it's like everything all at once, everything everywhere all at once kind of thing coming at you. And you sort of have to learn to discern what is your energy and what is not. And by sitting in your own energy, then you start to know, but also by clearing your energy. If you ask if this is, when you're feeling that feeling coming in, if you ask, if this is mine, like, if this isn't mine, can you please clear this from me? Ask your guides or your higher self or whoever you work with to, you know, that's part of your spirit team, to clear it from you or to release the energy from you, and it disappears, then you know it's not yours. Also, if you clear your energy and you put up a big protective bubble around you and it disappears after you've done that, then you know it's not really yours, right? Or if a certain person comes to mind, and then all of a sudden all of these worries start coming in. Like, that might be you being triggered, but it might also be that they are stressed out and their stress is hitting you like it's yours. This is another thing that happens in soul connections a lot, so I'm just reminding you guys, make sure that you are clearing your energy, that you're using protection, energy protection, you know, black tourmaline carrying. I've got this in my pocket right now because it was happening to me earlier, which is really weird because most of the morning it was like this beautiful energy of like overwhelming love, just this really nice energy coming in, and then all of a sudden, bam, all of this stress came out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, that's not good. That's really weird, and I'm gonna go clear my energy, and it just left. So now I've got all my things, all of my things, crystals in my pockets, and you know, all of that sort of stuff. Salt, gone and washed my hair, and you know, rinsed myself in salt to wash off any energies and all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, if that's happening to you, it could very well be that it's not really you, it's just the stress that's in the collective, or you know, this, if it's someone who's not as tuned into themselves as you are, or someone who's just not tuned into themselves that much, they might be passing on their stress to you, and you might not even realize that it's not yours. Because I feel like with this group specifically, I can't talk properly today. Specifically, this group is very empathic, so you're feeling a lot. You probably got clairsentience as a strong psychic ability, even though you might just be discovering it. That's this light, the light on my glasses is making me feel so weird when I'm looking at it. It's very odd. It's distracting me. So anyway, as I'm looking at no and in the near future, it's basically just giving me this energy of don't worry about this stuff now. Just worry about keeping yourself in your heart space, and you know, detuning from these things that are knocking you out of whack and making you feel like you're not fulfilled. And it started already. I've dropped a card. Two. Oh, interesting. Alright, so can I get some tarot messages for group 1, please? They're throwing them at me today. Too many cards, guys. I can't read that many cards at once. Messages. A few messages for group 1, please. Okay, so we have the Two of Wands in reverse. We have the Four of Cups. And we have the Hanged Man. So just having a look at this beginning of the week, this kind of time, the energy and messages coming through here are, I feel like the Two of Wands in reverse is kind of talking about the no and in the near future. It's like there's this longing to get out or go somewhere, or just plan for for something outside of your realm. But now's not the time so much. Or maybe now's the time for the planning, but it's not really the time for the action yet. This is about decisions, choices, decisions. Twos are often about choices and decisions. I feel like this is something that's out of your usual realm that you're contemplating, you're thinking about. It might be travel, might be talking about traveling. What else am I seeing here? Yeah, so it's basically just coming through with this isn't the right time just yet. It's not the right time just yet to look at this stuff, and I feel like some of you are sort of feeling a bit like this. You know, you've got these cups, but you're not fulfilled. And this is really tying in again with that overlying or underlying energy from the Oracle cards. Is like the Four of Cups here. Oh, look at me. I've got cups and I am just so disenchanted with them. This is the emptiness. This is that like existential dread sort of feeling that you get. It's like, oh, really? But in noticing these cups and feeling in this way, you're not actually seeing that there is another cup being offered to you. So it might be time for a bit of a change in perspective. So yeah, let me just tune in a little bit more and scratch my lip. I feel like someone or some of you are making decisions based on, or have made in the past, these decisions based on what's going to feel most stable for you in your life, what's going to give you the stability. And again, it's sort of like this, societal expectation type thing, doing the thing that everybody expects you to do, and you just don't feel, fulfilled. So there's this other cup here, this other cup of love, this other opportunity that's got so much potential, but you haven't seen it yet. And I think this card's coming up, kind of asking you to think about it. Like, why haven't you seen it yet? What are you doing? Why are you looking at all these old cups that you kind of don't really like anymore? It sounds a bit like boyfriends too. It's like, why are you looking? Yeah, I won't go down that track. Anyway, so here we go. Hanged Man as well. Now the Hanged Man kind of, yeah, it sort of relates to the stasis type feeling that we have right now. We are kind of shifting into a different timeline, or we will be after the eclipse. And it is very, it's a bit of a feeling of not being able to do anything. It's kind of this feeling as well. Like, if you have a look at her, she's on the other side of the window. She's looking out of the window. She's got her little picture of a car. She's got a globe. She's kind of thinking about, other things other than what's around her, things other than, what's her normal everyday stuff. That's what she's focused on. But I feel like at this point it's only kind of like a little bit of an idea, like an inkling of an idea. And she knows there's something more, right? She, he, whoever's watching, really. Don't take the gender things that I say specifically. I just read them off the cards, like the picture of the people on the cards mostly. But it's like, there is something else out there, that, right? But you're just not sure what it is. And this thing that we all do, humans all do, is to stay in the comfort zone, to stay with the things that we the things that we know. And my guides have just very loudly started singing Better the Devil You Know by Kylie Minogue in my head, which is why I started laughing, because it's true. It's like, but this is what we're taught is safe, right? It's not. So being safe isn't always the way to get to where you need to be, the way to get to where you actually are meant to be in this life, why you came here. And I feel like that, focusing on that stability, focusing on that, doing the done thing, and not really paying attention to the thing that lights you up, or paying attention to the things that are good for you, or pleasing yourself first. I think that's what I was thinking. And then I was going to post it on Facebook, and then I was like, oh God, I'll probably get all sorts of hilarious comments on that one, because it sounds a bit like innuendo, you know what I mean? So pleasing yourself first instead of pleasing all these other people, like the other cups, right? Finding the fulfillment. And at the moment I feel like you're really fucking stuck as well. It's sort of like there is this thing. It might be that you know what it is, and that might be why this is coming up. No, in the near future, because you really want it now. But there's some things that you need to go through, or then that need to happen. I'm gonna take these glasses off, they're making me dizzy. That are, yeah, so there's like, maybe this is for some of you, that you know what it is that you want. I feel like this is more for you guys who have been on this journey for a while. You know what it is you want, you know what it is what you're looking for. You might even, know exactly where you want to go, who you want to go with, what you want to do, but you can't do it right now for whatever reason. And you feel blocked and you feel like it's just, yeah, it's kind of giving you the 4 o'clock feeling. But the cards here are just, they're saying that to dig deeper into, they're saying to dig deeper into you, right? Into how is that really going to make you feel fulfilled? That is the choice. They're the decisions that you need to make. Or is there something else that you haven't even considered yet? And maybe that's why you're being asked to sort of go to the rewilding thing. Go to that untamed part of yourself and tap into that and find that part of you that isn't owned, as it said, like the wild part of you who just loves freedom and all of that, that feeling of just, I'm just me, right? I'm just me and I'm happy doing my own fucking shit. Fuck the patriarchy. I don't know why I had to say that, but that's where it came out. So that's probably, a message for some of you as well. I feel like, yeah, I have a lot of discussions with people about things like that. So, the repression of women and how we are so disconnected from ourselves. So this is a feeling of being disconnected from the things that really light you up because you're not in connection with that wild part of yourself that lets you just go, yeah, this is it. So feeling stuck, making decisions to find that part of yourself and work out what it is that you actually want to do. Let's have a look here. I was going to do short readings today. I've already gone for half an hour and this is just group 1, so I could be here for quite some time. Let's have a look. More messages. Here we go. Ooh, yeah. Alright, so this one's coming up as well. The Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords. He is definitely a runner. He's off. He wants to jump on his bike. It's sort of, there's 2 different energies coming through here. Like this is someone running away from something. This is someone, bolting, basically, doing the runner for whatever reason. Maybe that's happened to you in your life and you're kind of like, what? It came as a shock. Someone left your life abruptly, not, passed away or anything, but just, ghosted you or decided they weren't going to talk to you anymore or something like that. Or maybe you fear this. This might be something that you fear happening. Or it could be you, for some of you. It could be that you want to run. Maybe you just are so disenchanted with what's going on in your life that you want to run and you don't care where you're going as long as you're on your motorbike feeling that feeling of freedom, because you feel like in doing that, and I actually agree with this, right? I feel like in doing that you might find that part of yourself and then you will get the guidance that you need to work out where it is that you want to go and what you want to do. Big message today, guys. Don't forget to like the video and let me know in the comments if it resonates with you or part of it resonates with you. Okay, so 9 of Swords coming up. This is a lot of anxiety. I was talking about anxiety before coming through. I feel like for some of you, you might be having dreams that are like causing you issues, or they're anxious dreams. You're picking up on this stuff that's going on in the collective, stuff that's going on in the astral. Like there's all sorts of stuff going on right now. It's very discombobulating and we need to all be able to find our centers and remember who we truly are so that we don't get swayed by it so much. Where are we? Yeah, so I am seeing that this is a specific message for some of you. I feel like someone left you, a relationship perhaps, or a friendship or something like that, and it's kind of left you in this state of despair is the word that I'm getting. But I also feel like these other messages are for you as well, and this is kind of like helping you. There's a chance for you. There's an invitation for you in this situation to find your way out of what's what you've been conditioned to do, what you've been conditioned to believe is the right thing for you, and to actually find your way. And, you know, when you do that, you start to feel a lot safer in the world. You don't feel as anxious. You don't feel as worried about things. You don't care if people leave you, because you know who you are, and you know that it's about them, not about you. Because it always is. Like, the way that people behave and the way that people treat you is 100% about how they feel about themselves. It's not about how they feel about you. Most of the time, it's just projection. So let's have a look. More messages for group 1, please. Some nice positive messages would be great too. We've had enough anxiousness and despair and whatever else is going on here. Stuckness. Oh, another message just came through as I was looking at these cards. Sorry, this just happens to me. I could literally sit here and read for about like 5 hours and I'd get more and more messages every time. So I am also picking up on someone. It may be someone in this group or someone who's watching this reading, or it might be someone that you know. They feel stuck. They want to leave a certain situation, but they worry about how it's going to affect other people or the other people they're involved with. They know that there's something better there for them. They've seen it. They've had a taste of that magical cup of rainbow energy there. And they're like, wow, this is actually what I really wanted. This is what I wanted all along, but I didn't know because I was doing what I was told. I was doing what was expected of me. And now they're kind of like, part of them wants to run and get on that bike and go towards whatever it is that's wherever that rainbow cup of love is, because they know that that's the thing that's going to fulfill them. But they also have this issue with, you know, they're worried about how it's going to go down with the other people around them, or the other, you know, this, what sort of situation they're leaving, the people they're leaving behind, or they would leave behind. So there's this kind of like, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't kind of energy going on. And that's like this indecision, you know, this reason why you need to get into your heart space, reason why you need to stop distracting yourself with scrolling on your phone or whatever it is that you do to soothe the nerves and distract yourself from, you know, what's really going on within your heart. That was a channeled message, by the way. It was, I mean, all my messages are channeled, but that was directly channeled for someone. So if it spoke to you, make sure you let me know, or, you know, give me a thumbs up or something. You can private message me if you don't want it on, you know, for the whole world to see too. That's fine. So we have strength in reverse. I'm going to pull up another card. Oops. So overcoming fear with love, basically, or ferociousness with love. The lion and the lamb, but it's in reverse. So I'm just going to sit with that for a bit. 7 of Cups, making decisions, but not really knowing if something's an illusion or not. 7 of Cups often talks about illusions. You can see here, right? There's like 7 cups to choose from, but underneath, you know, there's underneath one, there's a snake. It's kind of like asking you to make whatever decisions you make, whatever you do, make them based in reality, which sounds strange because I'm talking about, you know, digging in deeper to yourself, but that is our true reality, right? What's in our hearts, what we're here to actually do, not what we're told we're here to do, which is work and earn money and then fucking die unfulfilled, right? And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. More and more, nobody wants that. So strength, I feel like this is kind of talking about, there's a bit of an ego fight. So ego might be coming into this a bit. It's sort of like, what will they think of me? How can I do this? Because when you change and you start doing for yourself and pleasing yourself, it can cause some issues with the people around you who are used to you doing what they want, basically. Doing what's good for them, not really caring about the consequences for you. So I feel like with the Seven of Cups coming up, and then the Hierophant after that, it's sort of like making a decision that's not, it's like choosing reality, but reality from a higher perspective. It's choosing reality from a spiritual or energetics perspective. So knowing that the choices that you're making, they're not really illusions. You might feel like they're not, what's the word, not grounded, because you're so used to making decisions in a way that, you know, they serve other people, or they serve the system, or they serve the patriarchy, or however you want to think about it, right? These decisions will feel ungrounded. They'll feel weird because they're coming from a higher source. Your intuition and your higher self and your soul are guiding you. That's what I feel like. Towards the end of the week, you'll start getting guidance as the closer we come to the eclipse. I think it's on the 28th. And I think this time it really is a full moon. I thought it wasn't a full moon. I thought it was a full moon last time on the 14th, I think it was, but it wasn't. It was actually a new moon eclipse. I'm not an astrologer, by the way. And I was very discombobulated at the time. So yeah, I feel like higher guidance is dropping in for you guys. I feel like this week, the best thing that you can do really is to make time for yourself and really listen to your heart and what your energy and what your soul is telling you, what source is trying to get through to you. And don't believe the lies of ego or the lies of fear. Don't be an agent for what I was going to say, the dark forces. And we all know that I don't really go for that thing because, you know, you need dark and light, right? Everything is balance. But I think at this point, it's sort of like if you talk about, you know, don't be an agent for all of those things that are being purged into the collective, and no one's really clearing them or transmuting them too much at the moment because we're all just trying to deal with our own shit, right? It's there, it'll clear away, but don't let yourself be bullied by it, I guess. I am going to pull, what have we got? Alright, fairy cards. I randomly just grabbed 3 decks today. Ooh, fairies or the universe has your back. Which one will it be? The back will have your universe. I think we'll do the universe has your back because I think we all need to remember that the universe has our back at this point in time. Okay, let's have a look. Alright, so can we get a few more messages for group 1 and then we shall say goodbye. Whoops. Alright, what have we got here? The presence of love will always cast out the presence of fear. So going into your heart, as I have said about 1 billion times in this reading, I'm sorry if you're sick of me talking about it, but remembering love, you know, remembering what the feeling of love is, embodying that can often help you integrate the ego. It can help you get through times when you're feeling triggered or unsure. And it will also help you find your center. So I suggest that if you feel any fear, make sure that you go back into that energy of that source energy of unconditional love. Happiness is my birthright, okay? So this is just reiterating, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be with who makes you happy, doing what makes you happy. All of those things, you shouldn't be missing out. So make choices and decisions this week based on your intuition that is going to take you to that happiness. It's going to take you to that part of you that is not owned. All right. I hope you guys liked that. I hope it resonated. Don't forget to leave a comment for me if it did, or leave me a thumbs up. Yeah, you can always come to me for a reading if you would like. I can do a personalized reading for you. You just have to message me on Facebook, or you can message me on YouTube, I think. I don't know how that works. But yeah, I am open for readings at the moment. So if you want one, better grab one soon because I am putting my prices up at the end of the year. Alright, thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. Hey guys, Alvi here, doing group 2's reading. So if you chose the lapis lazuli or lepidolite, I'm not quite sure which one it is, but I'm going with lapis lazuli for the purposes of this reading and card selection choices. So yeah, this is your group 2, and this is your reading. And I don't know why I said it like that, but I did, so there you go. So the first card I'm going to pull for you, or I have pulled for you, is from the Mythic Oracle, and I'm going to read the message. That's what happens when you're hot and your hair's wet and you put your glasses on. It starts sweating up. Okay, so your card is Hermes. Number 26. Let's have a look. I will read from the book for you. I find that this is... these are big messages. Now these cards, the oracle cards, are your underlying energy for the week. So that's kind of what is driving everything else, I guess. The basis of it, yeah. So here we have Hermes the myth. Hermes is the son of Zeus and the nymph Maya. Maya? I don't know. He is an extremely clever trickster by nature and is known as the divine messenger delivering the messages of Zeus. He is the guide of souls travelling to the underworld and the afterlife, which is the realm of Hades. He wears wings on his hat, herald's wand, and sandals. He is the divine trickster, messenger of and god of travellers. He also invented the lyre, a musical instrument. So Hermes creates a bridge of communication between the worlds. He is the link between God and man, between heaven and earth. Between the heavens, earth, and the underworld. He is known as a trickster, thief at the gates, watcher in the night, and bringer of dreams. Of all the Greek gods and goddesses, only Hermes, Hades, and Persephone have the ability to travel freely in and out of the underworld. So the message is, Hermes is a trickster and often sends messages in the form of riddles and dreams. When we are tripped up by life and find ourselves on strange and perplexing journeys that unravel the mysteries of life and ourselves, this is Hermes at work. He might steal something from you, and as you go to look for it, I'm reading badly, sorry, you may discover a whole new world. So he might steal something from you, and as you go to look for it, you might discover a whole new world. This is a classic example of how accidents or unpleasant and strange events in our lives can lead us to our destinies. Ah, divine intervention, huh? Where was I? There are countless stories of people finding their true meaning in life after experiencing illness, loss, or hitting rock bottom. Messages surround you right now, but they won't be obvious. They will be cryptic and may come in strange ways, but they are there. This is a time to pay close attention and may also be a time to start a dream journal. So maybe you're having dreams with messages in them. I know my dreams have been pretty crazy lately, so it could be that this is my group too. I don't know, but maybe you guys are experiencing that, like very vivid dreams, dreams that are really vivid and really weird, but they don't make sense at all. But you know, there's something coming, there's messages coming to you. So maybe just like, yeah, start a dream journal and write it down, even if it doesn't make sense, and then maybe later on it might actually, you know, connect up with something like that. If you have been feeling like there is more to life, more to learn and experience, but you haven't known what or where to start, be on the lookout, for life is offering you opportunities right now, but you need to open your eyes and pay attention. It is likely you will be led in that strange hermetic way through the realm of unraveling mysteries into amazing new worlds of experience, feeling, and thought. All you need to do is be open and aware and realize that all possibility is present and in every moment is present in every moment. Don't get caught up in how the messages come. Just pay attention when they arrive. All right, so having read that, I need to tell this group specifically that at the moment, like, there seems to be a lot of you can tap into higher consciousness. There seems to be a lot of energy around that's sort of bringing in messages. I am getting more clairaudient messages. Keep getting names all the time. I don't know what they're about. It used to happen to me a lot when I was really in a very expanded state, that I would have dreams about people that I was going to heal, or that I was healing in the astral, people I was connecting with, for spiritual reasons, all sorts of things like that. So this might be happening to you too. You might be getting messages also about going down different paths than you normally would, about just sort of taking yourself out of the realm of your normal everyday stuff, or being open to kind of following. I'm trying to think of the way to put it. All I can think of is, if you've ever read what's his name, Douglas Adams, The Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul, author, and he's got this. What's his name? Dirk Gently, Holistic Detective. That's what I'm thinking of. And there, in one of those books, there's this passage in the book where he explains how Dirk Gently gets to places because he's a holistic detective. He just will choose a random car on the road, and follow it, and somehow it will, I can't say that word today. Serendipitously take him to a place that will connect up with a case that he's doing, which will, it's kind of like that. It's like a treasure hunt. That's what I'm trying to think of, right? I feel like you guys are being offered these messages that are going to send you on this little treasure hunt, whether it's down a rabbit hole to find out more stuff about, one thing or another, or, something about your life as well, different ways you could go and things like that. It sounds really exciting and fun though. I'm really loving it. Good energy that's coming through. So we have some more oracle cards for your underlying energy. I am what I am. I accept myself as I am. So I don't need to please other people by pretending to be what I am not. I can never be what I am not. I can only be me, and that's it. So I need to be very authentic at this time. I feel like by being authentic, by being your authentic self, by not sort of, going down paths of trying to keep everyone happy and stuff like that, you're going to be more open to seeing this, these little clues of your treasure hunt, of taking you down, these new and different avenues and paths. And everything in God's creation is perfect. So we don't see our perfection. It's become the lies in our story. Hang on. Let me just try that again. If we don't see our own perfection, it's because the lies in our story keep us from seeing the truth. The truth is that every human is born perfect because only perfection exists. Just getting a message coming through now for you guys as well, that part of this treasure hunt is finding the treasures within you, remembering that you are perfection. You can't be anything less than perfection, right? There's always room for improvement, but belief that you are, understanding, not belief, but understanding that you are perfect as you are. You don't need to be anything else is really important for you guys this week. And I also feel like you will be sort of unearthing little treasures, and reminders and things like that, in a really good way, of reminding yourself of who you are and that you are perfect the way you are. Okay, so meditation brings answers. So they're asking you to tap into yourself, do some meditation, listen. What do they say? Prayer is talking to God, meditation is listening. So this is another way that you can get these messages to come through. And while they might be cryptic, there's always ways that you can kind of say, well, how does that relate to what I'm, to me, what do I associate with that symbol or that message or that word, or things like that, right? So, and then wait. I feel like with this wait, and I don't know why, because usually it's just like, you know, wait till we say so. I feel like this is like, just you wait till you see what happens. Like, it's going to be really cool. Good energy kind of coming through. So let's have a look at your tarot cards and see what messages come up for you guys. Can we please have tarot card messages for group 2 come through? I'm watching my candle behind me. Alright, so what have we got? We've got the Ace of Pentacles, I think, in reverse. It's like the words false start came through, so I feel like maybe something kind of it's like something started in your life, but it didn't really go anywhere, and it was a bit of a disappointment for you. I feel like it was something to do with like your life purpose, or, you know, creating abundance, stuff like that. Being Pentacles, it's a very earthly 3D kind of energy, you know, real life stuff. So yeah, false start, I feel like that's going to resonate for some of you. So maybe the reason that we have the wait card here as well is like, is a, you know, wait, because what happened then is not going to happen now. It's not a false start, or you know, you can begin again. I've got 3 cards that just came out. Radio, what have we got? We've got the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like so this false start is kind of turning into something else. It's sort of like these little treasure hunts, or whatever you want to call them, this the way of kind of, it's also a little bit like, I'm getting a picture, right? You know how on cop shows, like, they have the big board with all the different people and, you know, places and stuff, and they're all stuck together with string? It's a little bit like that. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like perhaps one of those avenues didn't quite lead you the way you had hoped, but now it's sort of kind of time to come back and like have another look at that big pinboard and see what other, you know, little detours you can take that will help you find the things that you need. We have the Star and the 7 of Wands in reverse. So yeah, I definitely feel this is talking about, at the moment, it's sort of like this is past energy. So this is what happened before, maybe before the eclipse. This had you kind of wondering what the fuck was going on, basically. It's like, why did I get this if it's not really going to, you know, fulfill me, or if it's not going to come to fulfillment? This was my wish and now I don't have it. I feel like rather than having that attitude, and rather than kind of taking it to heart, source or your soul or your guides are trying to lead you off to a different way of seeing things. The 7 of Wands is like protective energy. It's protecting your energy, trying to kind of keep yourself above everything. And I feel like at the moment you may be getting dragged down, being that it's, you know, in reverse. So and because of this false start, right? So so right now they're telling me, and I think it said that in the message too, that you're kind of closed off to these different ways because of what happened, whatever it was, that, you know, your wish didn't come true, or it doesn't seem to be working out the way you want it to, or whatever. And you're like, why? Why did they do this? Why did I get it? Why did this happen the way that it did? Like, why would I be shown something that I really, really want, or that, you know, this path could be really good for me, and then now I can't go down it because it's blocked? I feel like this is giving you a lot of anxiety perhaps as well. Got the 8 of Swords here. I'm going to just keep shuffling. Can I get more messages for group 2, please? Oop, let's have a look. Everything's coming up. All right, so holding on too tightly to something. The Four of Pentacles is sort of about like knowing what you've got, knowing, and that kind of, you know, that's um, that energy of knowing who you are, knowing that you're perfect, knowing that you know, you don't, you are what you are, right? You can't be anything else, and trying to be anything else is sort of inauthentic. So that draws in these unaligned situations, and I feel like whatever it is that might feel like it's misaligned or something, you're holding on so tight that, or you were holding on so tight that it's not got room to breathe, which is why it kind of blocked off and stopped. And you know, no shame, everybody does it. We all have this, unless we're really, really conscious and we're working with our consciousness all the time and we're very aware, we all hold on to things, you know. And it's hard when you love something, or it's really, you know, it's just hard. It's human nature to kind of, it's mine, Golem, the Golem action. So when you can let go, when you can be detached, this is what my guides are telling me, is just finding the detachment in this, just these like little distractions. It's sort of like meandering, I guess is the word that I was trying to look for before. These little messages and stuff that you're getting, they're kind of like leading you down this meandering path to kind of distract you, to show you how you can let go of whatever it is that you might be. I feel I got the word obsessing. You might be obsessing over something that didn't go the right way, or that you're worried won't go the right way. And you're not seeing this Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles has found balance. The Page of Pentacles is kind of, she's able to stand on one leg at least, balance with her pentacles. So she's not like overly, you know, she's not holding on too tight or anything. I do feel like with these pentacle cards coming up, this could be financially related. So it could be to do with a job or a career or a business. I'm just kind of, yeah, something about a promotion that you didn't get perhaps, or a job you didn't get, or just like, I feel like there was an avenue of, you know, abundance that looked like it was opening up for you, and then it stopped and you're like, huh, why? What did I do? Apparently it's like there was a lot of anxiety about it. It probably would not have been the right path for you, because I feel like you would have had to fight a lot for what you wanted. So whether you thought, maybe you thought it was the best thing for you, but it actually wasn't, and this is a divine intervention that's coming through here, so that you can see, you know, the different things. Sometimes when you can see things from a different perspective, you realize that it wasn't probably the best thing for you anyway, and you're like, yeah, phew, thank God I dodged that bullet. All right, so this one did come up. I don't know why. I started shuffling again. So focus on this energy of this staying balanced, or regaining your balance, using this sort of like, it's just this really kind of, I can't even explain the energy. It's like this little, it's like a treasure hunt. It's like sort of, they're leading you along this little path, this meandering path to all these different things, to open up your mind and find different ways and different things, and forget about what didn't work and start focusing on what will work, which is finding your balance, finding your Page of Pentacle energy here, which is a new beginning, right? And then, you know, you've got the Nine of Cups coming up, which is wish fulfillment, both in love and abundance. So I feel like it's very interesting energy here. This time, basically, it's just like this big message of stop holding on so tight to whatever it was that was in the past, because whatever it wasn't for you anyway, and this was a divine detour. And in holding on, even if it's just holding on to the fact that it didn't work, or, you know, that whole just thinking about why it didn't work and how you could do it differently and all of those things, you know, that kind of like, there's a word, there's a phrase, there's a phrase to describe it, but I just can't come up with it right now. But it's a function of anxiety, I think, where you just rethink things over and over again, thinking that if you get to the right solution, it's like your brain's trying to find the solution that would have fixed it, but it's too late because it's gone. Oh, I should take my glasses off. It's very distracting. I can see the ring light thing in the reflection, and I just keep looking at it, and I'm going to go blind soon if I don't stop looking at it. So yeah, it's like they're asking you to detach from that and, you know, meditate. If you start finding that your mind's going into this, you know, over and over again thing, why, what's going on, I'm holding on to this, it means that you're holding on to stuff. And yes, you do need to process things to let them go, but there comes a time when you stop processing them, and it's just become like a habit to just fall into negative thoughts or looping thoughts. And while that is something that is going on in the collective, that people are finding that they're getting stuck in negative thoughts, and thoughts that are coming up for them that they haven't had for a long time, or they're things that, you know, you might have felt like you've dealt with already and you've healed, but now they're coming back up to kick you in the ass, to give you a new invitation to heal a little deeper. But also it's a thing where it's sort of like it's like a collective psychic attack is the best way that I can describe it. So other people who might not be as aware are being influenced by this energy, and you as an empath, or you as a clairsentient being, or just a highly sensitive energy being, are feeling that as well and thinking, shit, this is mine. Because, you know, as I said in group 1, when you are soul connected with people, when you are just a person who connects with people, you know, or you're aware of the infinite connections of everything, you feel those things much more deeply. So I've forgotten what I was talking about. So yeah, just detaching from that, as I probably said last week as well, spiritual hygiene, energy hygiene, clearing your energy, putting up bubble shields and stuff like that, salt, sage, anything, tourmaline. I have been carrying this around. This is a black tourmaline heart I put in my pocket for days now, and I've got one around my neck as well. But I'm finding that I need to cleanse or clear my energy, and then put up, you know, like a psychic shield of protection around me over and over again. Some days it's worse than others, but it's just really intense right now because we are potentially shifting into new timelines, and this is it feels like it's a much bigger wave than previous. I mean, it might be just bad memory on my part, but this seems to be very very intense. That there's a lot of people kind of trying to decide, am I going to this new higher timeline or not? What are my choices? And then there's all this negative energy, and people are purging stuff, and yeah, it seems really much more intense this time around for me anyway. I don't know how you guys are feeling. Maybe you can let me know in the comments. Also, if this is resonating with you, don't forget to give me a like and let me know in the comments as well. So yeah, finding that balance, finding that meditation, remembering to clear your energy and just wait. Don't make any moves just yet, because as I said, there's this energy that's sort of coming through, and it's very playful, it's very fun. It's sort of like it's this big distraction, but it's also sort of taking you away from the main event, because you need to be able to open up your mind to see new things and new perspectives and find different ways of dealing with things. And maybe, you know, I'm getting the word whimsy as well, so it's sort of very magical, fairy feeling energy of going down these little meandering paths of thought or experience or whatever, so that you can just find what it is you're looking for, basically. Find what it is that you're really meant to be, the path that you're really meant to be on, that brings you to this Nine of Cups, this wish fulfillment. But they're asking you to wait, because I'm getting like 2 weeks. Things will shift in about 2 weeks. I will pull some cards from, where did it go? I'll find it. Oh, the universe has your back. And that will be the end of your reading. There's plenty of messages here. Hopefully they resonated with you. I am open for personal readings. If you are interested, please message me on Facebook. I know most of the people who are watching this are just on my Facebook anyway, so not just, but who are watching this are coming in from my Facebook page or whatever. So yeah, Facebook Messenger is the best way to book a reading if you want one. The first card that's come up from the what's it called? Universe has your back. I'm having lots of trouble remembering that right now. Is I choose love no matter what. I choose love no matter what. So again, this is asking you just to tap into your, when you start feeling that urge to go back into the overthinking, how trying to fix things that have already fucked up, basically trying to fix things that you can't fix because they're in the past, or holding on too tightly to things that you know you're better off not holding on to. Just try to go into connecting with source, connecting with your soul, connecting with the unconditional love of those higher, more expanded energies and frequencies. Because when you do, you can see that a lot of the things that you worry about and that you think about are actually not as overwhelming as your brain, your ego, your human self wants them to feel like they are. I recognize that I've chosen fear, and I choose love. This came into my mind as I was walking around the shops the other day, so that's interesting. Yeah, again, same thing, same message. It's just, yeah. And group 1, you might want to watch that one too if this is resonating with you. It's about coming back into your heart space more, to find the, what was it? The part of you that is unowned, like the wild part of you, which I really loved. So just, yeah, getting really amazing mental imagery with that one. Because often you get caught up in what's expected and you forget, what actually fulfills you. But yeah, if that kind of message is coming through for you as well, or it's resonating with you, maybe check out group 1's reading too. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. That is a really beautiful card. I can't bloody speak. A beautiful card to end the reading on. So, have faith that everything's going to turn out, because your faith has a lot of power. Yeah, so as I said earlier, thumbs up if you like the reading, leave me a message or comment if it resonated with you, or if you have a question or anything like that. Readings, please, if you want to book a reading, personal reading, head to my Facebook page and message me there. And other than that, thanks for reading, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Hey guys, Alvi here. This is group 3's reading. So if you chose the honey calcite, which actually looks more like rose quartz in this light, but it is honey calcite, or group 3, then this is your reading. So the first card, oh shit, where did I put my glasses under there? I already had this trouble with the other ones. I can't read the booklet. Oh, where did I put the booklet? Oh, there it is. Alright, so the first card we have is from the Mythic Oracle, which is Greek mythology. Your card is Hecate, the Crossroads. So I'm going to read out of the book for this one. I'm 40. Don't know why I read that backwards and thought it said 04. That's a bit funny. Okay. 04. Oh, there we go. Hecate, Crossroads, the myth. This is the myth, and then we go into the message. So Hecate is an incredibly important, powerful, and complicated deity. Although she appears throughout Greek mythology, she actually predates it. In the ancient Orphic religion, I can't speak properly, in the ancient Orphic religion, she is said to be the key-bearing queen of the entire cosmos. Hecate is associated with gateways to other realms of existence, and is the gatekeeper of hidden realms and sacred knowledge. She is present at the threshold of transformation and represents the road to the the road to unknown places. She is depicted as a triple-faced goddess with the heads of a dog, horse, and bear, or those of a dog, serpent, and lion. She may also appear as a maiden, mother, and crone. Sorry, I'm sure you don't want to look at the top of my head as I read this. Where are we? She is connected to wilderness and wild creatures and said to be guarded by black dogs. She carries a torch which shows that she is the one who illuminates and brings wisdom. She brings light to dark places, revealing the treasures that are hidden in the unconscious. She carries a knife and rope, symbolizing the cutting of the umbilical cord in birth and the severance of the body and spirit in death. She also carries a dagger representing power, discernment, and the ability to cut through all things, and a key symbolizing her role as a gatekeeper. It's amazing to me that no one ever asks Hecate to cut the cords for them, and they always ask the archangels. She's got a what is it? A dagger that can cut through all things. So if you want to release yourself from something, maybe you can work with Hecate. Anyway, so if you've drawn this card, a major. You can tell this is group 3, right? A major life changing crossroads lies before you. Hecate beckons you to choose a direction. You must make a decision. Change is inevitable, but the direction of change is completely up to you. Hecate is calling you to be the untamed. It's calling you to the untamed and wild areas of life. You must follow this deepest of calls. You know inside the decision you must make, and it is probably a terrifying decision, yet it is one that will take you to your highest calling. Do not be afraid of what you feel deep inside. Follow that inner wisdom and let it lead you to your destiny. So group 1, I think, as well, got, I can't remember the card now, but, or the Greek goddess or god. Oh no, it was Artemis, that's right. Also talking about going into the deep wild and like rewilding yourself and going into the wild areas of life and finding the unowned part of yourself. So the part of you that is just, no one owns it, nothing owns it, it's just free, it's freedom, right? So this is a massive message that's coming through. It's come through pretty much all of the readings so far. It's just this feeling of finding your true core vibration and sitting in that space to really find out who you are, what you want, and where you're going. And this is coming up because of our upcoming eclipse, like because we're in between eclipses now. So we had one on the 14th and we have one on the 28th, and the theme from what I'm getting from the collective and all the people that I've spoken to and just the readings that I've done, is that the energy is very tumultuous. It's up and down, it's all over the place. And the reason is because a lot of people are purging things. Like I feel like it's more intense, and I feel like there's more people involved in this one than there has been in previous ones. Shifts, that is. So people are purging things because they need to make decisions. Need to make choices to change the direction of their life, or their direction of their path that they're following right now. So ironically or serendipitously, crossroads comes up. Don't mind my cat out there. He's yowling because he wants to be fed, but he's already been fed about 3 times today. He's just a hungry little monkey. He doesn't like closed doors, but he's fine. So yeah, finding the crossroads, coming into this, and they're talking about the wild places in life. I feel like it's calling you to go outside, perhaps go into nature more, put your feet on the earth or parts of your body on the earth, stand in the water, that whole grounding thing. But it's also sort of sitting in that space for a long time and letting go of all of the You know, like all of the hustle and bustle and the grind and all the things that run in your head because you're surrounded by people all the time and their energies all the time, and, you know, constantly getting bombarded by messages and social media and everything everywhere you go all the time kind of thing. I feel like we're all being asked, having done the last two. Why are my glasses crooked? Having done the last two readings as well, and this message coming through, um, that yeah, we're all just being called to go back deeply into our true selves, to find our true selves, and to do that we need to kind of disconnect from what we mostly doing, you know, being around technology and electronics and things like that, because they're kind of taking us away from that earthy goodness, from that ability to really tap into who we are. We're kind of constantly being distracted by things outside us, and not in that, and in doing that, it's kind of, it takes you off path because you start getting ideas from things, or, you know, just I'm just trying to pick up the message, the energy that's coming through. So I feel like it's not necessarily, especially with this group, that you're not off path, but you would like, there's change. You need change in your path, and this is a thing for the collective as well. We're shifting to a different, you know, you want to call it timeline, dimension, whatever. It's a big shift in it's a big shift in just in our ways of being, and it's asking us to really come back to who we are, because that way when we are faced with things from outside of us, like so societal expectations, programming, all of those kinds of things, you know, people asking us to be certain things or do certain things, or just, you know, the expectation that you are meant to follow this particular path, but it's very unfulfilling for you really, and you're quite, you know, you're empty and you're running around trying to find a way to fill that emptiness up. When you really truly know yourself, when you can sit in your heart center and you can see all of you, you know, like you don't get as buffeted by that, and you know what your guidance is, because your soul and your higher self will speak to you through that. So we have a couple more, four more oracle cards, and those oracle cards are like the underlying energy of your weekly guidance, as well as the one we just read. So I acknowledge and accept my feelings. This one coming up, I feel like you might be doing a little bit of emotional processing, which is part of, you know, finding your true self, right? Or staying centered, staying in a heart center, staying true to yourself, because sometimes the things within your psyche, within your psyche, that aren't really part of you, but they came from, you know, being traumatized, or certain situations, beliefs, things like that. So I feel like you guys will be doing a bit of processing, maybe a bit of going within and healing, feeling, purging. There's a big purge going on at the moment as well in the collective. I didn't read the back of this card, sorry guys. There's nothing wrong with whatever I feel. There are no good or bad emotions. Even if I feel anger or hate, there is always a reason for feeling it. Even every emotion comes directly from the integrity of my spirit. So this is really saying, like, whatever you're feeling, don't deny yourself that feeling. Make sure that you accept it and listen to the message that it's bringing you. A lot of the time, you know, if you're feeling anger towards someone, it's because they're crossing your boundaries, or you feel like they're crossing your boundaries. That's just one that came up as I was reading this. But yeah, so on the healing journey, you start to learn that, you know, what the majority of society thinks is acceptable, thinks of as acceptable, like always being happy and positive and nice. It's actual bullshit. It really is. It's actual bullshit. So, you know, every emotion you have is valid, and every emotion you experience, everything that comes up for you, it's all got a message for you. It's all showing you something. And I feel like that this card is kind of pointing towards that this is something that you might be experiencing this week, or that you might want to actually look at this week and start, you know, saying, okay, I'm feeling this. Why am I feeling this? Where is this coming from? Is there a way I can help myself, or is this coming from somewhere else and I need to put this into this group 2, in case you don't watch group 2 and group 1. With the collective energy at the moment between the eclipses, I'm not the only person who's like experiencing this or has acknowledged and seen this. It's sort of like there's a collective psychic attack happening. It's not on purpose. You might find that you, when you're tapping into certain people's energy, that you get really triggered, or that you can feel stress coming from people that you are connected with on a soul level. I mean, like anyone really, but mostly, you know, on a soul level, it's harder to tell if it's yours or theirs. Or it might just be like uneasiness or anxiousness that keeps coming up. You'll be feeling fine one minute, and the next minute you'll be feeling anxious or worried, or having weird dreams with, you know, unsettling messages. There is this, it's, some people like to call it dark forces. I just call it like all the negative stuff, right? Because we need dark and light to create balance, but at this point there's like so much unhealed, unhealthy energy that's being purged, that's sort of hanging around, that it's kind of creating entities, I guess, that are, you know, maybe affecting us or you in a way. So you need to do a lot of, you know, energy healing, energy clearing, energy protection, smudging your house, protecting yourself using salt, carrying crystals. I've showed everyone else this, so I might as well show you guys because I don't want to leave you out. But I'm carrying this big motherfucker black tourmaline heart around in my pocket at the moment, and I'm wearing black tourmaline as well. And I'm not someone who's like, oh, they're getting us, the bad guys are coming. You know, I'm quite grounded about this. I don't always think that it's something, you know, that I'm being psychically attacked or anything, but that's what it feels like. It feels like a psychic attack. It feels like when someone's angry with you, or, you know, sending you bad vibes or whatever. But you find out that it's actually more of a collective thing. Like lots of people are experiencing it. So I can't remember how I came to this, but I figured that it's an important thing to put into all of these readings while this is still going on. Oh yeah, acknowledging all your feelings. So just make sure that they are yours. Make sure that you clear your energy, and, you know, ask if this is mine. I mean, if this isn't mine, please transmute it, send it back to where it came from, cleanse through the violet flame, and, you know, as pure energy or whatever. So as we go on from feeling all the feelings, so you might be feeling all the feelings too, feeling all the feels. I live in a world of illusion made by images of light. The story I create is a virtual reality that is only true for me, the one who creates it. What's the actual... I'm dreaming my life in this moment. Alright, so pointing towards dreams again. I think I said that just before, having weird dreams, yeah. So I feel like this is a sort of a twofold message for you guys. This is about how you actually have control over what happens in your life. God, that looks weird. I can't stop staring at the reflection in my glasses. Yeah, so you are the dreamer of your life, so you have control over how it goes. I feel like this is also something that's coming through for the whole collective shift at this time, is that, you know, we are getting to choose. We're making choices for the betterment of our future, so that we can shift into a new higher timeline. But this seems like so much bigger. I feel almost like it's the event that they talk about, like we're shifting from 3D to 5D, although I don't believe that happens in one big lump like some people do, which is fine. Everyone can believe whatever they want, but I feel like it's something that's personal. But I feel like also this is a big collective shift as well. So dreaming up good things for you dreaming up good things, but I also feel like there's messages in your dreams, or things coming through in your dreams. Okay, so the last two is reconsider, and the other one we have is yes. Okay, so reconsider. Let me just think what's coming through with that. All right. First I'm seeing it, yeah, I think it's just like a recalibration kind of message. It's a message coming through saying, if you're just going to keep doing things the way you've been doing them, maybe it's time to reconsider that. Keep dreaming different dreams, all of that sort of stuff that I was just talking about then. I also feel like this is something about reconsidering a particular situation or a decision that you're making in your life. It's saying reconsider, and wow, that's crazy. All right, so we have the yes card, and I'm just looking at the picture on the yes card, and I was talking about like the event, you know, the earth turning from 3D to 5D or shifting, and it's kind of like this is what they picture it like sometimes. There's one earth here and one earth there. I know this is the sun and this is the moon, right? But it was just seeing the two spheres that kind of clicked in for me, and I was like, oh wow, yeah, good message. So yes, there's something that you're asking about. Yes is the answer. All right, I'm gonna get some more tarot cards. I'm getting a message, an energy message coming through, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. I'm trying to translate it, so rather than make you guys sit here, pardon me, got the hiccups. Rather than make you guys sit here while I try and translate it, I will get some tarot cards, and I'll take these glasses off because otherwise I will continue to stare at them because I just find lights fascinating. It just looks really weird too. It's like, where are my eyes? So anyway, let's have a look. I want to clarify what reconsider. What are we reconsidering? What is group 3 reconsidering? Okay, so 10 of Swords. Reconsidering an ending? Leaving a situation. The 10 of Swords is leaving it's usually about leaving a painful situation, or Swords is a lot of mental energy, so it could be talking about leaving behind something that's making you anxious, or the actual anxiety, like leaving the anxiety behind. Reconsider. But this is definitely talking about walking away from something, reconsidering walking away from something. I'm going to get more on that because that's still not a very clear message. I'm not sure what. Please clarify. Oops. Reconsider for me. Okay. We have the world in reverse. The world in reverse and the 10 of Swords, or the 10 of Swords and the world in reverse. Okay, so I'm kind of feeling like this is a specific message for some of you. Thinking about leaving a particular situation in your life because you think that where you are is not where you're meant to be, and where you want to go is actually going to be better for you. This does talk about closing a cycle. But, you know, because we've got the 10 of Swords and we've got the world, and that's both an ending and a beginning in the world and an ending in the 10 of Swords. But I've got the world reversed, so I feel like it's saying it's not, you know, the grass isn't as green as you think it is on the other side. Perhaps there is more to this. I'm going to keep pulling cards on this one. Okay, and so we have the Ace of Cups in reverse as well. Interesting. See, with the Ace of Cups in reverse, it's sort of like, well, the Ace of Cups is a new beginning in love, but if it's reversed and the world is reversed, I feel like, alright, so wanting to leave a situation to go somewhere better, or what you think is better, but it's actually not. It's like an illusion. It's something that you maybe have fantasized about a lot, and maybe, you know, it's your mind has made it look better than it is. But I feel like if you do go that way, you kind of like, oh, that's what my guides are saying. It's like avoiding what we were talking about with the I acknowledge and accept my feelings thing, it's sort of like running away, not running away, but avoiding the healing that you need to do so you can get that new beginning in love or in life. Because if you try to leave, and it might not be a situation that's in the real world, it might just be something that you're not really focusing on, that would, it's like, I want to finish this, but I can't deal with this right now. I have other stuff I've got to think about, other stuff I've got to do. I'm just going to go into the denial pile, and I'm not going to actually accept my feelings, etc. So yeah, the message is reconsider that and try to focus on, accepting all your feelings and knowing that they're all valid, right? And they're all coming through for a reason, and that will give you that new beginning that you're looking for. And I feel like it is, for some of you, it could be a relationship, it could be just renewing your passion in life, or self-love, or just love for living. Definitely a big decision coming through for you guys though. So let's have a look. What else? What other messages have we got for group 3? Here goes one. Right. Have I got this upside down? I reckon I have, because every single freaking card is coming up. Let's see. Yeah, it's the right way around the first time. Sometimes it's just weird. I can't tell, because like you get 10 cards in a row that are upside down. Okay, so we have the 6 of Cups. This is a soulmate card, or it can be a soulmate card. It can also just talk about, what is the word I'm looking for? Reminiscing about, the past. It could be, you can see on the picture here, it's like he's thinking about when he was young and his puppy was young. Oh, pardon me. Don't know what's going on with me. I have a tickle in my throat, right? So, living in the past is what's coming through for me right now. It's like not living in the past anymore. You don't want to live in the past anymore, but you kind of don't know how to let it go, I guess. That's the message that's coming through here now. And this, I feel like this is kind of like, this week is offering you the opportunity to look into why you're still living in the past and let go of it, so that you can move forward and into this new beginning that's coming for you. And you can dream up bigger things, better things, nicer things, stuff that you wouldn't dream of because you're too busy living in the past that you're not even focusing on what you could have. And that is often a trauma response. It's often a response to having, lived through something that wasn't good for your spirit or your soul. Ooh, here we go. All right, wow. Okay, so they just threw these at me. So when you do let go, I feel like we've got the 9 of Cups coming up. See, this is a wish fulfillment, right? And we've got yes as well. This card. Got yes, that's come up too. So yeah, leaving the past behind is what I'm getting here. Leaving the past behind. I feel like you feel like there's some unfinished business, and that's why you're not able to let go. You're constantly thinking about it. There's something you need to say to somebody, or a conversation that you need to have to finish this off, but it's making you anxious. It's that's something that's coming through as well for some of you. It's like the past wasn't as good as it sort of seems when you think back on it. Ooh, that was my big foot. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, so I feel like this is closing out a cycle. I feel like it's just a bit topsy-turvy at the moment as well, because of what I was saying. And also because it's sort of like this unfinished business. There's unfinished business here. This is what my guides keep saying. There's this unfinished business, whether it's within you, within your healing journey, with this accepting and acknowledging all of your feelings and knowing that they're all valid, and it's totally okay for you to feel however you feel, as long as you are processing them rather than, you know, taking them out on the wrong people or anyone really. Learning how to deal with things like that is much more it's more conducive to kind of closing out those cycles, and then you will get this, yes, you've got this like Nine of Cups energy and the yes card. So wish fulfillment. I want to see what its other cards are that's that alrighty. So a Four of Wands. I really feel like this is talking about a relationship or a connection. I feel like maybe you're thinking about leaving a connection for some of you, not all of you. It feels like it's a big decision for you. It feels like it's interesting. I feel like you're looking for stability in somewhere, something, because this is the Four of Wands coming up, right? I feel like wherever you were looking for or trying to find stability in your life in the past, and this is why you're still living there, this is why you're still going back there and thinking about the past more than you're actually thinking about the present or the future, is because you felt stable, but it wasn't actually as good as you thought it was. So once you've done this thing, whatever it is that you need to do, I feel like it is actually just, you know, learning how to process your emotions, and not even just process your emotions, but when you have an emotion, like actually going, oh, I'm feeling so much this at the moment, and that's okay. I'm to accept your emotions when they come up and say, okay, so what are you trying to show me? I feel like by doing this, or there is also something coming up about a conversation that you need to have with someone to completely finish this unfinished business stuff. You know, either way, it could be, for some of you, it could be the conversation. For some of you, it could be the accepting your feelings. And for some of you, it might be both. But I feel like in doing that, you will find that you were looking for stability in other people, whereas you can find it in yourself. And this is what the wish fulfillment is all about. And then you've got the Empress that came up as well. So this is very digging into the divine feminine energy, finding stability within yourself, within your feminine energy. Hang on, there's a whole wad of cards that actually fell out then, so I'm just going to take the top one because there's too many otherwise. And then we have the Eight of Wands, so there's communication. This could be messages, it could be fast moving energy, it could be saying, I feel like actually it's saying once you kind of get past, this week is about finishing unfinished business from the past, from you know, it could be far in the past, it could be things that are coming up for you now as part of this collective purge. But whatever it is, you're releasing it this week. So you can reconsider things in a different way. And therefore, once you've done that, you will be coming into this Nine of Cups energy, which is wish fulfillment. It's like getting everything you want. All your cups are filled, right? Other than the Ten of Cups, which is slightly more, but it's one more cup. But yeah, it's sort of like, you can have a look here. It's like a treasure chest underneath her, and she's just, you know, happy and all of that stuff. I feel like once you release this, once you've learned or worked out how to deal with whatever it is that keeps coming up for you, you will find more stability, and you'll be able to sit more into this Empress energy. Also with this Empress card coming up, I feel like this is sort of talking about spending time with Mother Earth, contemplating, you know, how safe you are on the earth, feeling grounded. But it's also about fertility and abundance, and remembering that all of that stuff actually comes from us being connected with the earth, that we're part of the earth, and that innate abundance and fertility that comes from that is part of us as well. So I feel like that's sort of going to come through in your energy a lot more once you've found this stability, once you're in this Four of Wands energy, which is looks like getting together with friends and having fun. Actually, it looks like going camping, maybe, I don't know, something, you know, going out and celebrating. And it's going to come in quickly, and this could also mean that you are going to get messages from people, you know, like text messages, phone calls, all sorts of things, emails, mail, actually maybe even a real letter from somebody. And I'd like to know what that's about too. So let's have a look for group 3. What is that card about? Let's have a look. 8 of Wands, please clarify that one for me. Oof. Okay, that one popped out. Alright, so the High Priestess. Yeah, so it's sort of like, oh, maybe messages as well coming through intuitively. I feel like you'll be just tapping into that energy as well with the Empress and the High Priestess coming out. It's sort of like the veil's been lifted, maybe reconnecting with yourself more, and therefore feeling more safe and feeling like you're able to receive more, receiving more messages psychically, receiving more energy psychically. What else does the High Priestess have to say about this? Yeah, just like keep paying attention to your intuition, because it's going to show you the way that you need to go, or you can go if you choose to follow your intuition, which is always a good idea. Okay, let's have a look. We've got 3 more of these cards. We've got the Universe Has Your Back cards. Oop, let's have a look. What have we got here? Thank you, Universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is of the highest good. There we go. So there's one card. This is kind of talking about expanding consciousness. I feel like maybe some of you are in this space where you feel very retracted from fear, from this thing that you need to either, you know, work yourself through, or maybe see a therapist or a counselor, or perhaps you know, have that conversation or whatever it is to finish this unfinished business, because it's keeping you kind of retracted and in fear a little bit. So if you can let go of it and see beyond it and kind of expand yourself into a more expanded consciousness, a more expanded viewpoint or perception of things. And this is what the High Priestess is talking about. It's like being able to receive messages psychically or energetically. She's like the divine feminine energy. So when I lean towards love, I am led. All right, so leaning in towards love, towards unconditional love, love for self, and you will be led. And let's have a look, one more, and then I'm going to call it a day for you guys as well. All right, when I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. So yeah, I feel like you guys might be, you know, trying to find peace, and I feel like towards the end of the week you actually will find that peace, and you won't be as disrupted by everything, because you will be in a more expanded state, which helps with that. Okay, so hopefully that resonated, made sense, something in there, you know, gave you some idea of how to manage the energy this week. If it did, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know if it helped you or if it resonated or whatever. Also, I am doing personal readings at the moment, so if you want to message me on Facebook, that's pretty much the best way that you can get a personal reading with me. I can organize one for you. And other than that, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye.